Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the latest bonus episode of Conversation Street. This is for episode 411, and this is a listener questions segment.
Listener questions.
It feels like it's ages since we've done a listener questions. We've had so much of the classic Corries stuff to talk about. We've had a couple of interviews and everything. It feels like it's been months and months and months. I think it probably has. And this is definitely the first time that we're doing a standalone listener questions segment as well.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
hello
true.
to everybody that's listening to this on their own, and to our YouTube listeners as well.
Oh, no.
And I hope you enjoy the lovely fancy graphic that I'm sure I'll have made to celebrate this being put onto YouTube. Exactly. So in the listener questions, it's fairly self-explanatory. Do I need to explain what listener questions are?
Well, every time we do it, we select 2 questions that have been posed to us by the listeners, which are to do with Coronation Street, and they're usually, what do you think of this, or what
would you do if this?
Yeah, they're normally kind of like, they're not they're not like, where did Ina Sharples work?
They're not the sort of thing that you could just find out on Corripedia.
They're to do with our opinions and thoughts.
Yeah, because we've been doing a Corrie podcast for nearly 8 years now. People think that we're experts. Good opinions about it, or knowledgeable. Sometimes we are, sometimes we're not.
To hear us desperately trying to think.
Yeah,
funny things to say.
Sometimes we're desperately scrabbling for things, and sometimes we have notes, and we both got notes printed out on paper for these ones today. If you would
wait
like,
a minute! Don't you prepare people for anything good from me? Just because I've printed it out doesn't mean it's worth the paper it's printed on.
If you'd like to have your questions considered for a future listener question segment, then you can email it into us at conversationstreet@gmail.com, or head on over to our Facebook group,
and the page,
whatever. Just get them to us, and we will do our best to add it to the queue, and we'll get to it at some point and answer it and tell you what we think.
Yeah, we will.
And this week's question, our first one this week, comes from Christina, who's a seasoned listener question asker, but we picked her again this week. I prefer question asker. She says, Gemma, if you could get rid of all the current businesses and start again, what businesses would you have on the street, and who would work there?
Now, this was a really difficult question, Christina.
Thanks, Christina.
No,
I appreciated the challenge.
No, this was right, because when you came up with your ideas for this, did you think to yourself, well, if I've got rid of the Costa, do I need another coffee shop? Is that how you approached it?
Not necessarily.
I think I burned myself with like the intricacies of urban planning, and I was sort of like, if I get rid of that, do I have to then ensure that they have access to a similar business?
No, I haven't. So I've not said take out the Costa and put a Starbucks in or anything like that.
No, I haven't gone quite that
far. I haven't had a look to see what my balance of food versus facilities or anything is. I've definitely got some foodie places left, and some of the foodie places I've replaced with other foodie places, and some I haven't.
I'm not going to say that I did a good job or paid that much attention to the urban planning, but I am going to say I did think about it.
Well done, that was very well prepared.
No,
and you haven't doubled up any characters or anything and given them 2 jobs. Not that stops most people from Corrie for getting a job here, there and everywhere. Kathy, I don't know how many places she works in at the moment.
I haven't got jobs for everybody.
I haven't got jobs for everybody, but nobody has got 2 jobs for me. And have you gone for sensible answers or silly answers, or a mixture of both?
Well, I didn't even have the imagination to be silly.
Oh, I've got a couple of silly ones.
Oh, well, good for you.
I don't know how you want to organise this, really. I mean, I sent you a list of businesses, and I kind of had them in size order. But then I thought I had the little pokey ones and the big expansive ones. I don't know really, and I've jumbled them all up in mine anyway.
Well, look, I'm going to just read out the kind of things that we already have, because I think that's an important starting point.
Well, I think that's just going to come up as we say what we put in each building. I don't know whether we just want to pick a building and say what would you put there.
Oh my God, I haven't even thought of that.
Oh, haven't you?
No.
Oh, what have you got then? Just what
a list of businesses.
Oh, that's fine. You do that. That's okay. I've got whereabouts the premises of these businesses would be. But go on. You tell me what's that. What have you got as some of yours then?
I've only kind of maybe vaguely thought of some things like that.
That's okay.
Oh man.
It's all right. We
spent all my time worrying about the balance, and I didn't think about where to put things.
Well, maybe I
really should get a job in local government.
Maybe on the fly you can come up with a few places for these to go.
Right. Oh, you want me to do all of mine first?
Well, no, just do a few at a time. I'll do it. I can do it.
I've kind of organised them into different groups.
Oh, go on then.
Well, I've got businesses that aren't
money-making enterprises
that aren't food or shops.
Yeah.
Well, we got rid of Audrey's and we got rid of Trim Up North.
Yeah.
So I just thought I just chucked in a beauty salon with like maybe hairdressing facilities.
Okay, so
I would rather it was a
kind of
beauty
job.
salon that also was a barber's.
Yeah.
So that people can get their nails done and stuff. And I've put Alina and Emma in there together because I think that'd be quite fun tension.
Oh yeah.
And I think that they'd both be really good at it. Just imagine how much fun Emma would be doing your nails.
Yeah, because Emma works at the salon now, doesn't she? But I don't know whether she's a nail beautician.
No.
I don't know what she does there.
Nail technician.
Technician, that's right. I've actually my Audrey's and my Trim Up North I've replaced with neither of them are beauty things. I've said that in Audrey's salon I put a juice bar in, run by Toya and Imran, as I think having a couple there bar. Doing that. I mean I think Toya has had experience being a juice bar worker in the past. So I'd like to see them working together and maybe, you know, having fallouts, having to cope with being a couple and being work colleagues at the same time. But I think that a juice bar would fit in nicely with Coronation Street's, you know, Health Fix. They do like their stories about keeping. Say something? Yeah.
I've put them running a juice bar, which is also an organic grocer and health food shop.
Yeah, all of that kind of. You've also got those same two characters doing a juice bar. No,
I've just got Toya.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you got Imran doing anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come to him later. I only put Imran in there as well because I couldn't think of anything else for him to do.
Well, I think it'd be good to keep them together because I really want them to stay together in the show, and I think that if they work together, they're more likely.
Well, exactly. We barely ever see scenes of those two together, do we? So force them together by working together.
True, though. I think if you don't have a house set that's very popular, you're more likely to be seen with your co-workers in a scene than your boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah,
no, I totally agree. For Trim Up North, I've turned that into a Weatherfield County merch store.
A what?
Weatherfield County merch store.
How fun!
And I've got Steve and Tim working there together because I think that those two lads, both into their football, would really, really enjoy, especially Tim, just going to work and being able to talk county as much as they like, selling all their green gear.
Yeah, and like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, the characters on the street wouldn't regularly need to go there necessarily, but I can certainly think of, you know, reasons for certain characters to pop in every now and then. And I wouldn't want to separate Steve and Tim up in their jobs, so I've kept them together. And I think that'd be good. And I mean, there's obviously the fact that we got James as the footballer now. He could, you know, be there to launch the shop, or exactly or sign a few bits here and there, getting Tommy Owen. So yeah, that's what I've turned those two into.
That's a really fun idea.
Thanks. I don't even like football, but
I don't know how big Weatherfield County is and whether it could sustain a shop, but we won't worry about that.
Don't worry. It's where it's Move on.
Yeah, move on.
Don't think too closely about any of these answers.
I don't have to say my favourite one now or leave it.
Oh, I don't mind.
My favourite one I came up with was the first one I came up with, which is a pet shop, which we've said a million times already.
Oh, I have got a pet shop as one of mine as well, I have to say.
I put Michael in charge.
Oh.
Because I think he'd be absolutely wonderful working in a pet shop. He'd be really enthusiastic and fun, and he would always be making strange things. Like, I've invented a hamster wheel that generates electricity.
Oh, that's an amazing idea.
And he's trying to sell people stuff, and they just came in to buy some, you know, dog food or something.
I could imagine him getting a load of weird and wonderful pets from around the world as well.
Yeah,
you know, exotic animals.
Yeah,
these African fighting snails or something like that.
Yeah, they have to be made up ones, otherwise people would say they're irresponsible.
No, I've gone for a safe-ish option and have I've put it in the community centre. I think that'd be a nice place for it. Big windows, so you could have the little displays out there. I've got Beth and Chesney working there. I think that
in
the pet shop.
Beth and Chesney.
Chesney definitely because of the dog thing. He's an entrepreneur, or he was in a previous life anyway. And I think he'd be well up for that. And he used to be into his selling his dog collars on the market, didn't they? And Beth, I think if we gave Beth a nice job like that, we'd be able to see a bit more of a softer side come back out again that we've not seen for so long.
Actually, I think that Michael and Beth would be really fun if they worked together in a shop. In in a pet shop, because I think Beth's very down to earth, and Michael's flights of fancy. She would be a fun straight man for them.
I wonder whether Michael might try and seduce Beth if they work together. Do you remember when he came into the show and he ended up trying it on with Michelle? He's got an eye for an older woman.
Yeah.
I've got Michael working in the current Prima Donna building.
No, right.
Running a cereal cafe. Because they're the up and coming thing at the moment, and I think he would jump on the
like
chance.
The sort of thing you would be getting into, right? After 3 years after they first came onto the market, he's like, I'm going to get in on this.
I would very much love to go to a cereal cafe myself. I do like a bowl of cereal. Whatever in the morning, and I totally think that'd be Michael's thing, and he'd be researching all these weird cereals that nobody would like.
Yeah, or like coming up with their own versions, because that is a Serial Killer, is that the name of it?
I don't know.
The one that started off in Brick Lane, the original one, the hipster one, and they make their own cereal.
Oh, okay.
And he could come up with weird flavours.
Oh, yeah, he could.
Like peanut butter, brownie, marshmallow.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, actually, that sounds good to me as well.
What else you got? What other foodie ones do you have?
I've got quite a lot of foodie ones. I've got an actual fish and chip shop.
There's already an actual fish and chip shop.
Yeah, but it's not in it.
Okay, fine.
Michael,
so you'd have it as a key location.
Shop.
Okay.
And I've got Kirk working there.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm sure you can think of better puns for it, but I can't think of it.
Well, For Your Fries Only is a pretty good title, to be fair.
You only fry once. No time to fry. And it could be like a grilled fish and mash place.
Well, speaking of that, I do have actually a Northern Fare restaurant. Where the Viaduct Bistro is at the moment. I've got Brian, Craig, and Johnny all working together, selling your pies and your black puddings and
Northern Fare. You haven't thought of anything specific?
Not particularly.
I mean, I'm not criticising you because I've written Manchester food place.
Yeah.
Because I was going to Google it. I like the place that they've got at the moment, which is they opened a shop for. I don't know if it's still open now or whether it closed down. But it was a Yorkshire pudding wrap.
Oh yeah,
you know how every time we go to Manchester, we go, I want to try a Yorkshire pudding wrap, and we never get to.
I just think that general northern food would be good. I mean,
but you want it to be a restaurant.
Yeah, like a gastro pub kind of place. I imagine. All three of those guys kind of look like they enjoy their grub.
So who's that?
Johnny, Craig, and Brian.
Oh yeah,
I think that all of them are
they look
proper
like they enjoy a nice
stout
bit of
northern folk. Yeah, exactly. And Johnny's got his experience working as the landlord Rovers. I kind of imagine he'd be the boss there, and I think that would work nicely together.
I think that Gravy would be a good name for it as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got Out with Gravy?
Yeah. I've also got a cocktail bar.
Oh, right. You're getting rid of the pub altogether?
I do not have a pub. Yeah, we can't have a pub in this. I've got a cocktail bar. I've got this in the Roy's Rolls area, so it'd be quite a nice, big, expansive one. I've got Jenny in there because I imagine that her time working in the Rovers has taught her a few tricks about the cocktails. Bar. Yeah, and also Emma. I think that Emma would be fantastic. Again, she's already had some bar work, but I think that she'd be able to let her creativity run wild with this. I think that she'd have some awesome, froofy, girly, fizzy, sparkly cocktail recipes that would really, get the punters in. And I kind
of like what Gemma and Henry were like when they...
Yeah, with their Uber-Dubers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got Jenny and Emma.
Jenny and Emma is doing a cocktail bar. I'm just looking down my list, see if I've got any other food places. I don't know whether I have, actually. No, so there's...
Oh, I've got some.
Go on, what have you got then? Oh, no, I have got one other. You tell me yours.
No,
I've got one more.
Yours.
My final food place is in the current location of the Rovers Return. I'm going to have Claudia and Sally running a cat cafe.
Nice.
I think that'd be as a cat person, I would, and I always feel that there's never quite enough cats, feline cast members on Coronation Street, and then they bring them in like Sylvester at Christmas, and where's he been since, who knows. So I think that having a cat cafe would force there to be more moggies on the street, but I can see both Claudia and Sally having it all like nicely poshly decorated.
I can also see a lot of conflict between those two as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They would be butting heads all the time, which I think would be I can imagine those two actresses working well with each other, sparking off each other, but they'd have it all like grand kind of looking and Claudia's kind of used to the very best, the finest things in life, and Sally thinks that she is.
As they call it, Claudia with CLA.
Oh yeah, Claude. Yeah. I don't think Sally would be happy with that. I think that could work very, very nicely.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Logistical nightmare.
Why?
So many cats.
I don't care.
They would never do it. But I can imagine
they've got quads. They can have cats.
I can't imagine them doing scenes with sleeping cat, like, you know, those fake cats that you can get that like breathe when you press a button.
Fair, yeah.
They would have those like grim. In the corner all the time.
I would adore that.
That's a nice idea.
Thank you.
I've got a bakery. But I don't know who should work there.
Well, I mean, somebody like Brian could maybe. I don't know who else you've got on your list. They did have a bakery at one point, didn't they?
Brian and Kathy would be good there, wouldn't they?
Diggory Compton run the bakery where Prima Donna is at the moment. That was Molly's.
It was in the show, wasn't
it? Yeah. It was where Prima Donna is now.
Well, Brian and Kathy run it then.
Okay.
And I've also got a tea room, cake tea room.
Lovely.
And Jenny runs it.
Ah.
Because I can imagine her, because she's a bit snobby. I can imagine her like primming everything up and putting doilies on things, and then people just want builder's tea, and her being like, okay, and just getting them and like a buttered tea cake, even though she's got like, you know, red velvet cupcakes and things. I can imagine.
Okay, what else have I got on my list? So we've got I've got a few boring ones, I suppose. But where Streetcars is at the moment, I'm transforming that into a citizens advice bureau, because there's so much drama that goes on in the street, and sometimes you just need to know. There needs to be somewhere to go to ask for advice what to do next.
And say I was trying to be realistic with mine a little bit. I don't think you can have the Citizens Advice Bureau, because the Citizens Advice Bureau people would probably find a lot of the advice and problems that were being bandied about in the set would not reflect their values. I might have a problem with it.
I don't mind. Somewhere to go to for a nice chat about when you're in the middle of a real kind of tough storyline, especially if it's an issues-based one.
Especially if we can have counselling.
Yeah, exactly. I've got Yasmin in charge of that one,
okay,
because she is the wise woman of the street and she just makes everybody feel better. Also Kirk as well, because I think that despite that, the exterior kind of...
Despite its somewhat stupid...
dim look. Actually, I think there's a lot of wisdom in there, and he might be the sort of person that comes... somebody comes in with a really tough problem and he goes, just do this.
I think it's a good observation. Can I just interject with a similar thing that I have come up with? I've just got a branch of the council.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just so
council buildings.
Business, officing, things.
Yeah.
And I've just got Imran and Craig working there.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got to get rid of the lawyer's office. So Imran's unemployed, and I think that Craig, we don't really get to see him doing his job unless he's arresting someone these days. Whereas I think it'd be quite fun if they just worked in the office.
Well, you say we've got to get rid of the lawyer's office, but I do have a divorce lawyers on the street in the place where Co-op is at the moment. Oh, I know.
It's a big storefront, is it?
Yeah. All the happy customers on the window or something. I get them out of my life. I've got Gail and Tracy in charge of that. Gail and Tracy, well, both of them are no strangers to marital disputes, and Gail is possibly the most married person on British TV.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know whether she really kind of exudes the sort of personality that's needed for lawyering. I don't know whether I'd trust her, but I think that those two together, we've seen Gail and Tracy butt heads and spark off each other in stories in the past. I think that might be quite fun, if a little unrealistic.
The window decal is a woman smiling with a big bag of money in her hand and a man standing next to her crying.
Yeah, why not?
That's Corey's attitude to splitting up at the moment.
You want to do another one?
I've got a call centre.
Yeah, I did think of call centre. It hasn't made my final list.
Well,
I
did
put
consider a call centre in where the factory is.
Yeah.
And I have mixed it up a bit. Instead of having all the factory workers in there, I still have Fizz, and I still have Sean, but I also have Eileen.
Yes.
Abby. And Daniel.
Daniel working at a call centre.
Yes, I think that would be a really good mix, because Daniel thinks he's way too good to work in a call centre. You know he does, but this is the only job they can get now the bistro is closed down. So he is always sardonic and sarcastic and just really irritating to be around because he thinks he's too good to be there. These other people are a bit more down to earth and quite happy to get on with whatever jobs they've got given. You know that Abby is going to be hilarious on the phone to people.
Yeah, just telling them straight.
Lots of scenes where they mute the call and then say something sarcastic. I want hilarious people phoning in with stupid problems. I don't know what this call centre's for.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I wonder if Daniel worked at a call centre, would people phone up and it's another chance to get Katie McGlynn's voice on the show as well? Is that you, Sinead?
Having a flashback.
Or just every single person that calls him up with their worries, he says, "Oh yeah, well my wife died of cancer."
Bye.
I've turned Underworld into a bingo hall. Because they're always talking at one. Maybe not so much these days. They always used to be talking about going off to the bingo, like Vera and Ivy and all that lot. But I think that there's a nice big space there. It seems to be getting bigger and bigger as the years goes on. Somewhere with every expansion,
they're going to put a shopping centre in there.
There's plenty of space for a bingo hall now. I think with Sean as the caller. I can't remember whether Sean's had any experience bingo calling or not in the past. I've got a feeling that he has.
I don't know if that's stereotype.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? But I think
it's okay to stereotype Sean. I think Sean is nothing but a stereotype these days.
I also think having a bingo hall in there would be a place that lots of characters would go, especially some of the older women.
Evelyn would love it.
Yeah, and the sort of characters that would be attracted to a bingo hall are the sort of characters that I want to see more of. I've also got Liz working there as well with Sean.
Oh,
so I think she's all about the glam, isn't she? Or at least she thinks she is.
She is.
Go on, next.
I've got a mail order hobby company.
Mail order hobby company?
Only because I saw one the other day and I thought that's a good idea for a company. I want there to be... There's loads of like mail order subscription companies that have like come out of nowhere, like crafts. You can get plants. Like every week you get something, in the place like a beauty box or perfumes, coffees, cheeses even. Like a thing of the week club. Because I think that Coronation Street is really bad at representing modern businesses, especially mail order stuff, because that's like a really big thing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of what kind of business it would be. Mail order hobby company was just the latest thing, like homemade crafts.
Yeah.
So
who have you got running
I've got Carla, because she's entrepreneurial.
Yes.
And I don't think she doesn't care exactly what she's selling, as long as she's selling something. And I've got
beard oil, yeah, why not?
Well, yeah, it could be mail order beard oil company. Paul and Billy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's much future in Vickering.
You're not going to have a branch of the Church of Scientology.
Sending out books, dying.
Yeah, and then Billy's tempted over there. Have you got anywhere else that's like you think would be a good communal hub? Because that's what you need on Coronation Street, isn't it? A place where lots of characters can get together, which is where I got my... Go on, what have you got
another one which is like a meal kit company that does like ingredients for food.
Yeah.
And because remember I said before, I think that I thought that Underworld should be turned into a food factory because really it's the only manufacturing business that makes sense that would be able to have a profit and operate.
Yeah.
Because you can't make fresh food. You can't assemble fresh food or send it from another country. It has to be done here.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, like Gusto or Hello Fresh or something like that. Because then they could be talking about... When they talk about new lines and stuff on Underworld, it's so boring. I can't care.
I've heard enough about pants over the last 20 years.
20 years worth of gussets and lace trim. I don't care. There's nothing new you can say about it. You haven't reinvented the bra or the pants in 20
nice
years.
Try, Alia.
It's not likely to happen in the future. So meal kits, they could be like, oh, we're going to do a new range of Thai food, or they could show Coronation Street can often be accused of being slightly out of touch, but if they actually talked about things that people are interested in now, that'd be a good way of doing it. So meal kit company, that also an alternative to the mail order. But I had Nick and Steve working there.
Yeah.
Nick because he's a businessman, and Steve just because I thought, where do I put Steve? I don't know. Chuck him in with Nick because that'd be quite funny. Because Steve's also obviously a businessman, and
he's run the Rovers.
But I think Nick and Steve together could be really rubbish or quite funny. Because Steve's a buffoon and Nick doesn't.
He certainly doesn't. I can imagine him giving Steve a good old squint.
Yeah. But the hubs you are.
Your communal hubs. Where are people going to get together to have scenes?
Do you want to? Have you got that?
I've got a few. Yeah, I'll say a few of mine.
Yours.
I've got. Let me see. I've got some in where Gary's got his shop at the moment. I've got Mary running an arty pottery kind of thing. You know, where you can go in and paint plates and cups and things like that. I've got Mary running that.
I thought it wouldn't really sustain itself.
No, I don't think it really matters. I think you can open a business on the street that doesn't sustain itself, because in the world of Weatherfield, as long as it's open, as long as there's story going.
It wasn't that I meant. I meant, how often can you really have a character come in and paint a pot?
I think that people would suddenly have a newfound interest in it, because I can imagine them all sitting around a table painting and chatting away. So I think that might be quite good, and it's right up Mary's street as well. Give her a chance to embrace her creative side. Exactly. I've got I don't have that very many, actually. I thought I had a few. Have you tell me another one? I'm just looking down my list. Yeah.
One is an adult learning centre / college.
I had on my list an EAL,
what's that?
English as an additional language kind of centre. I took it off in the end, where you can learn.
It makes sense why you'd have that.
Or maybe people.
Alina knows English already, and she's the only one it is foreign.
Maybe it's a place that you can go in and learn how to talk Northern speak.
Or maybe
you're emigrating from London or somewhere, and it's like, I don't know what anyone around here is saying.
Can't understand a word. Can't understand out that they're saying. Okay, yeah. I guess they could also no. I think it's a bad idea.
Okay.
But yeah, my adult learning centre in college is run by Yasmin, and it does things like maths and stuff, but it also does other things, because they've already had stories where they've had lessons, and you normally do it in the community centre, but this is like a proper business, and you can learn flower arranging or photography or foreign languages or cooking. It's like a hobby learning place, and it's a bit more specific.
Baby sensors.
Yeah, it just at the moment seems as though since they moved out of the community centre Underworld, nothing's happened to it.
No, I know what you mean.
I don't know. I think that they've probably. What have they done with it?
They've had some sort of. No, they didn't have one of the baby sensors.
Oh
things
yeah, they
in
did
there.
actually. Yeah, you're right. And the other one I had was an art gallery, which is run by Claudia.
Oh yes, darling. That'd be good. I think that would be good. Do you remember back when Kathleen came into the show, and her and Ken were all her and Roy were all
went to
visiting
museums and things.
Yeah, but I could certainly see Claudia snobbing it up as the.
Oh, darling, you must come and see. We've got an amazing new range of whatever. And you can have people doing photography. Like Beth, remember, she was a...
Oh, yeah.
She did a photography thing.
She did, imagine
her bringing her stuff around to Claudia and going, I'm actually an award-winning photographer. And Claudia's like, I'll put it in the back.
I want to see Norris go around there and tell her what he really thinks about all the naff modern art.
I think it would be really good, because people would just wander in. It would be a place... It's actually a business where people can wander in.
Yeah.
And chat and look at things.
I've got one other communal space I've just discovered on my list, and I think this is quite modern. Down in the speed dial set, so down the stairs, run by Roy and Carla, a board game cafe.
Oh, good one.
That's a thing these days.
I love
it?
Board game cafes.
I can imagine that Roy really, really loving having just walls and walls full of different board games, all covered in dust.
Oh, no, not dust. They get used so much. I love board game cafes.
And it just seems like a nice kind of safe, calming place for Roy to be, and then Carla there just because I love Roy and Carla together, and I don't think it's not particularly up Carla's street, but
it'd be quite funny because people would come in and go, what's good to play, and then Roy would like launch into this really involved conversation about this set of rules is a new version. I prefer the previous version with this set of rules from 1995, and of course it depends on, or like you go in, you say, Roy, what's a good game, and he'd be like, what kind of dice would you like to play with? We've got the 8-sided ones or normal boring 4s.
Yeah, 6. I think that would be a good place to just have characters sit round and chat whilst playing a game of Risk or whatever.
Yeah. Again, speaking logistically, I don't know, do you need the rights to show these things? Are they copyrighted materials?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what games they've got in the window of the cabin now.
I think they would just go in and in reality, there are so many different amazing board games you could play, but they would probably always just play Snakes and Ladders because it's not copyrighted.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. They'll leave that to the Corrie legal team.
We don't care about that.
Right, what else have I got? This is a boring one. I've got a pharmacy opening up in the for your fries only set.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so I've got Aggie running that one. That's a bit of a dull one.
I'll give you another boring one. A corner shop with a Royal Mail counter run by Evelyn, which is basically Devs with a
basically I've put in the cafe in the cabin I've put that as a Weatherfield tourism office and
come and see where Kylie was stabbed.
Well, exactly, I've got Ken running this
come
because
and see where so-and-so what's his face was shot.
Ken's been living on that street for 60 years and I think that he'd be the perfect choice to run tours and show people that this is where the dramas have been, this is where the murders have been, this is where he knows where the bodies are buried on this street. So I think that as Weatherfield is I don't know why it doesn't have in real life a greater reputation because of all the drama that goes on there, but I think now is the time to profit from it all.
Well, if you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly. Anything else? What you got next?
I have got a charity shop run by Mary.
Lovely.
Because I really think a charity shop would be so much fun. There's so much stuff that they've got in the props department. They could easily fill a charity shop full of.
It reminds me a bit like the Barlow's Boys set that they had, which was kind of bric-a-brac, wasn't it? There was a charity shop where the salon is now, back in the early 90s.
Yeah,
that was a charity
Emily
shop
used to run it. Yeah. But I think Mary would be great because she'd be like, "Oh, I've just had the most amazing set of culottes through. You must try them on." And just accepting eccentric things and trying to sell people things on the basis of like this obscure reference to something that nobody cares about. I've
got Freshco's Express, which is again not the most exciting of options, where the corner shop is. I've said Curly in charge here because I don't know why.
Freshco's,
or little mini Freshco's, because that's the way world's going.
I really want
all the corner
to have
shops
that.
I think it'd be good, and I don't know why I've said Curly and everyone else have got as characters that actually exist, but we know that he is an ex-supermarket manager. But if I'm not allowed that, then maybe Dev.
So Freshco's, it'd be quite fun to have Dev transformed from owning his own business to like being a manager.
Oh yeah, because Dev actually hates Freshco's at the moment, doesn't he? Because
they stole his business, so you can assume that he's been put out of business by Freshco's, and then he sort of has to go and work for the enemy. He also wouldn't like not properly being in charge, and it'd be quite funny if Kylie worked there and they were both like joint managers, and then Dev would keep coming up with ideas and Kylie keep saying, "We're not allowed to do that, we're only allowed to do what head office says we're allowed to do."
It'd be like Curly and Reg all over again.
Would it?
Yes.
Okay.
Even with the creepiness of one of them. I'm sure that Reg and Dev, there are some similarities that they share, I'm sure.
I've only got one more left, and it's a throwback to the old days, and it's Chesney working on a market stall.
Okay. So where are you going to set up this market? Are you going to?
Well, we had seen a few months ago where they had a market that suddenly appeared in Victoria Street.
Oh yeah, that was over a year ago. That was when they had Big Garth appear, wasn't it?
Yes.
But I suppose they do have the area outside the brewery where they had the Winter Wonderland that they could.
I just want there to be a market, and I think that
certainly get a lot of foot traffic, don't they? Which is what you want on a show like this.
Yes.
I've got a few left. I've got the Barlow solicitors I'm turning into a funeral directors, which is I think something that there's sorely lacking in Coronation Street, considering how many deaths that they have at the moment. And I'll put Audrey in charge of that one, carrying the flame on from Archie, and maybe she might also include a bit of hairstyling to go along with that. I've got I've got a few, like I said, a few silly ones. Preston's Petals I've now got as a witch doctor for eradicating plot-induced conditions, which I've got Evelyn in charge of that one, because I can totally see her there, in her voodoo get-up. And kind of if you've got, Johnny's got his MS, it's like, I've had my MS story, but I don't want to keep hold of this. Or David, I've done my my epilepsy, but I don't want to have epilepsy anymore. And then Evelyn, gets her Eye of Newton, wing a bat or what have you, and then it magically cures them, and then you don't have to worry about all these different conditions that everybody's got.
I think that's a good idea.
Thank you very much. Corrie's sorely lacking in this. I just realised that earlier I said
I think it's bad because they've got Billy. He's a representative of the Church of England. But it's discriminating against other religions if we don't have people from different walks of life.
I've realised now, earlier I said I've got co-op as a divorce lawyers. I realised that quite inadvertently, next door I've got the old Costa. I've turned it into a marriage guidance place. So it's like, you're having trouble with your marriage, which one do I go to? Turn left or turn right? I've put Dr. Gaddis in charge of marriage guidance. Because
she'd be so nice.
I would almost be tempted to cause strife between me and you, Gemma, if it gave us a chance to go and see Dr. Gaddis and have us talk to us with her silky voice.
The fact that you want to do that is enough to need for us to need counselling.
But I've also got in brackets here that Gaddis would also be sidelining as a hitman, because we know she is Dr. Badass, and maybe you could, if you go there for your guidance counselling, and after your wife's gone or whatever, you can stay behind and say, look, can you just take her out for me, you know what I mean? And Dr. Badass would be right on that. I think maybe there's everything. Oh no, I've turned the gym into a creche, because that gym's been unoccupied for years now, and they sorely need a creche in Coronation Street because of, everyone's always wondering where the kids are when the parents are up to something, and they sometimes say, they're having a sleepover at X, Y and Z or whatever, but if there was a creche there, then I think that would solve all that. I'd maybe put Gemma and Fizz in charge of those, because those are both...
that's a busman's holiday.
I know, but I mean, I think if this experience having quads is going to teach Gemma anything, it's how to look after a bunch of screaming children, which is what you need if you're in charge of a creche. And also,
plus, probably not. I don't know. Do they have washing machines there?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not. So
probably not. That'd be safe.
Yeah,
and I think Fizz has got the right kind of mumsy-ish qualities to run that place. I've put the builder's yard. I've turned it into a little garden centre that maybe Tracy and Kathy could do. Yeah, exactly. There's a nice little rows of pots where the tools are at the moment. And I don't know how many people on Coronation Street actually need a garden centre, considering that the vast majority don't have gardens.
Gussy up the ginnel.
Exactly. Well, maybe that's the name for it. Gussy up your ginnel. And Tracy and Kathy I got in charge of that one. Because Kathy, she when she first turned up in the show, she was looking after her husband's allotment, wasn't she?
Yes.
So that's all the qualification I need. And
if you've got an allotment, you know everything there is to know.
If Sophie can be a manager of speed dial because of holding a clipboard in the garage for a little while, then why not this? And speaking of the garage, I've turned Webster's Auto Centre into a car wash, because it's got the arch, hasn't it, that you can drive through.
That's a good idea.
I think all the sexy Corrie ladies can be there in charge of that.
Yeah, all weather car
I won't name any names, but who haven't I mentioned yet? But I do think that I've got Abby there as the boss of that. I can imagine her as there as the madam of all the car wash babes.
Okay. I don't know exactly whether you're saying car wash in inverted commas.
Well, who knows? But a little bit of eye candy for the male viewers there, trying to get them in.
Yeah, God knows they need that.
So I think we've come up with some quite good choices there, actually, haven't we?
I think.
So if they ever fancy a change on Coronation Street, there's a few there we could. Oh no, I have got one more. I've got one more. I forgot about this one. Down in the pool hall, down in the depths,
down in the bottom
where the black ball butcher lurks, I've turned that into a plastic surgeon's. Mostly for whenever they want any handy recasting.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it's like, the one act to lose, and they want to bring another one in, then they can just say, they've just popped down.
Well,
I've got Peter in charge of that one, because he is most experienced at having head swaps,
right,
as the most
swapped
head character in the whole of Coronation Street. And also I think Moira would be good for that, because just working on The Office.
Oh yeah, and she'd be like, "Are you sure you don't want to do?"
Yeah, exactly. You want to do your nose while you're in there, that kind of thing. I can imagine a good bit of gossip there, and I could imagine I go into the road and say, "Oh, you'll never guess who came in for a tummy tuck today." And it would also be helpful for if any of the cast want to have any plastic surgery, and they explain it away.
Fillers,
So I mean, if they'd had something like that when Nim Perry was back in the show, then they wouldn't have had to have got rid of Ivy to the nunnery. So
any old cast members also who really don't resemble their former selves, good use of good way to explain that away.
Exactly.
Any names.
Right, there we go. So I've been impressed with our answers for that one. So we move on to the next question.
Yes, let's move on.
So this is probably not quite as long a discussion, but I'm interested to see what you say. Robin wrote to us to ask who we would want to be friends with in real life.
Oh.
And I think that Robin's talking about characters there, not I want to be friends with Ian McLeod, so that I can find out everything, all the gossip about Coronation Street.
I want to be friends with whoever's the richest one. Did you see? You know, Patsy Kensit used to be in EastEnders.
I do know that.
She was. You know how at the moment you get to see inside all the celebrities' houses because they're all posting about it on social media.
Yeah.
She lives in this amazing beachfront property in Hollywood in this most
Patsy Kensit.
Yes. What's going on?
Is she the ginger one?
Yes.
Blimey.
She must have made a fortune, or she married rich. I don't know who she's married to. But yeah, whoever's the richest, I'll be friends with them.
Is she the one that goes, Ricky?
I think so.
Blimey.
I'm a bit rusty on my old EastEnders.
Wonder where Martine McCutcheon lives now. Mansion.
Probably a cliff above her. Looks down every day and goes, ha!
So, for the kind of people that we'd want to be friends with in real life, I obviously find this question very difficult because I'm not what you would call a social butterfly. One might say that I don't have any friends. But equally, one might say, on the other hand, I have colleagues and acquaintances at work. I'm not a very good friend. I'm kind of better as a long distance friend.
I'm not very good
which doesn't really help with this. Because a lot of my friends at school, I kind of will send the odd text to if they text me first, like once every 6 months. But then I've also got obviously some other friends online and on Twitter and everything. So really the ideal friend for me is a character that I don't have to see very much, but I'm going to have to, put that to one side to help me answer this question.
That's good though, because you can be friends with lots of the people that have left,
all
like
the
Tommy Duckworth, Todd Grimshaw.
I don't want to be friends with either of those crims.
Text them, see what they're up to.
I'll be friends with Zidane. I think once do you remember when we did a list of questions once about who we'd invite to a dinner party? I think I said Zidane for one of those because we both said we'd just sit there and play on our phones together. This is the time when Zidane was, it might even be before he was even in it, and he was a very
surly youth, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. But I've kind of in the end gone for people that I think maybe I've gone for really kind of dull characters. I think that's just what it says about me. Like, I'm a bit of a boring normal person. I don't want anyone that's going to create too much drama.
You're not wrong. That's the kind of way I was going, because I was looking at all the characters and going, oh, they're fun, I like them, and then I thought, would I want them to be my friends? And no, I wouldn't really, because I don't like drama. Like, I like to laugh at other people's drama who I don't know. Like, if you tell me gossip, I'm like, ooh. But if my friend was coming to me and going, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend, I'm having a divorce, oh, my dog died, I'd be like, oh no, this is heavy.
I know. Oh. I'm sure it's not the same for everybody, because I mean, it's no surprise that two people that spend every Friday night sitting on their sofa recording a podcast aren't the sort of people that would be wanting to go out to the Rovers every time. But yeah, I have kind of played it safe. It doesn't necessarily mean that, I don't know about you, just because you like a character, it doesn't necessarily mean you'd want to be friends with them, for example.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Well, I mean, my list is, I've got Alia as a friend. I probably would be friends with Alia in real life.
I nearly wrote her down.
Kind of. I mean, she doesn't drink for one thing, the same as me. So we'd go out and enjoy our J2Os and lemonades together. And she's been to university as well, like me. And I don't know what we've got in common particularly. That's the only thing. I think we'd have to find a shared hobby. Maybe go down to Roy's board game cafe or something together to.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. It's easy to. Sometimes it's difficult to just sit and like socialise with somebody. It's easier to do an activity.
Also I've said like maybe Daniel. I don't know whether he'd be a bit too opinionated for me, or he'd be a bit too highbrow. He'd want to talk to me about. I know that's the thing. I think he might try and talk to me a bit too much about what's been in the news, or he'd try and have these political discussions with me, and I'd be like,
who's the Prime Minister?
Yeah, but. If we said no religion, no politics, then I might be all right with Daniel as a friend. I was trying to think, what I'd really like in real life, and if any listeners would like to, volunteer for the job, is for someone that can just come around my house and play video games with me, or maybe online to make it even easier. So I thought that somebody like, Craig might be good for that. I kind of imagine him being into that sort of thing.
I think you'd be good friends with Craig.
I think I'd be friends with Craig. I think we're both kind of nice guys and a bit boring.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously he likes his football and his drink as well, so he probably want to go to the pub more than I do, but I'd try and tempt him. He looks like the kind of guy that'd be happy to sit on the sofa and play a bit of Smash Brothers or Mario Kart with me. Chesney as well, maybe. Although now he's got his quads to look after, I'd probably be right away from them.
Well, from the looks of it, he's not bothered. So you can probably spend as much. So you probably be like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, Gemma doesn't mind looking after the kids.
Yeah, I'd like to think I'd be friends with Tyrone, but I think he's into cars and football and booze far too much. But
I don't think you'd have anything to talk about.
No, I don't think we would. But maybe like Fizz or Toya or someone like that as well. I've gone with the
safe options.
Safe. I won't say bland. Or what did I just say? I just, the nice kind of homely, not homely in the American sense.
Homey rather than homely.
Sensible, drama-free kind of people. Well, those are my main choices.
So say them again.
I've got Dr. Ali as well, maybe, apart from the whole drugs thing. Alia, Chesney, Craig, Daniel, Fizz and Toya, which is really not the best selection, I have to say. But then I did have a few other kind of on the fringe, some honourable mentions. I said maybe like Roy, because he likes staying in. But again, he'd probably... If we don't share the same interest, I wouldn't really be interested in talking about classical music or board games with him. But I could.
You've made up that he's into board games.
Yeah, I know. I could be tempted to go back watching with him, as long as it was in the summer, because I get cold too easily. Imran, maybe. Graham Proctor from back in the past. He seemed like a nice guy. He seems like a friends with anyone kind of guy. So I've gone for him. Maybe Andy McDonald. And maybe as a final honourable mention, I think I probably could get on quite well with Minnie Coldwell, because at least we'd have cats to discuss in common.
I think she doesn't care what you do or say, does she?
No, she was friends with
Jen Stone.
Yeah, that's true. She's friends with anyone, and she's big friends with Ina, and Ina was horrible to her, so I'm sure she'd embrace being friends with me, and she could like bake me nice cakes and things like that.
Yeah,
I kind of guess.
She probably put raisins in everything, though.
Oh yeah, she was.
What would you do about that? She probably, how she's a bit passive aggressive sometimes. I think she'd put them in there on purpose, just to mess with you, and then be like, "Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry," and then you'd have to eat it anyway.
Yeah. Now I've written down Andy McDonald. I think maybe Andy Carver I could possibly be friends with as well.
I thought you were going to say Andy Carver.
Both Andys, maybe.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think Andy's quite a nice guy. I mean, he was quite funny. Quite liked doing writing a zombie book.
Oh, he did do zombie books, didn't he? Yeah.
I think I quite like Andy now. You've
He seems like just like a decent chap.
Yeah.
Gone before his time. Bless him.
R.I.P.
Who else have you got on your list then?
Well, my list is just as boring. And when I wrote it down, after I'd finished writing it, I realised they were all women.
Okay. Well, I put a few token girls in mine.
Well, the thing is, when I went to school, I don't have any brothers and sisters, so I don't have any friends of my brothers, never hung around boys. My childminder had some boys, but I didn't like them. And at school, it was an all-girls school from the ages of 11 to 16.
I feel honoured that I'm your chosen one male friend.
I've got one other male friend.
Who's that?
Charlie, but he's only my friend because I'm friends with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So all my friends are girls. I don't really have any male friends.
So tell me, Gemma, who would you like to go and have girly chats and
I'm just saying, I don't dislike. I'm not like against the idea of having guys who are friends.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine it.
Okay.
But if you want to be my friend and you're a guy,
this just sounds like a desperate, sad plea, doesn't it?
Why are you being horrible?
No, for both of us. I mean, it's like.
I don't generally like to have friends, but if I was forced to...
If anyone would like to be our friends, it would be nice. Please. Just don't take me out to the pub or talk to me about football.
I want to be your friend, but I'm very low maintenance. This is all I want. This is all I want from a friend, okay? Every so often I text you, and if I die, you come to my funeral, or you feel guilty that you can't come. You don't actually have to even come. You just think, I should have gone to that after it's finished.
All right, go on then. Who you got?
Right. I put Abby down as my first one because although she is very dissimilar to me, I still do think that we would have a laugh together.
I think you would.
We could both be quite outrageous.
Tell you what, Gem, I know something that you got in common. What? Cider.
Yeah, we both love
Cider
it.
is both of your drinks of choice.
I reckon we could have a great evening lining up all the cheapest ciders in the supermarket and seeing which ones taste the best.
I think you could, as long as you don't get tempted when she gets the old drugs out. I'd accept you going.
I don't want to get into drugs. The same as I always said I didn't want to get a credit card because I think I'd like it too much, and I can't afford it. That's the main problem. It's the cost.
Who else?
I've put Aggie down.
Yeah,
she's a bit old. She's a bit older than me. I've got 2 others who are a bit too old for me. Really.
I was thinking James, but then I think he probably is just going to talk about football.
And I'm not adverse to having an older friend. I just think you have more in common with people that are your age.
Yeah.
So I've put Aggie, Mary and Yasmin.
Oh, yeah.
Yasmin would be great. I think I'd love her to be my neighbour, you know?
Yeah.
I think we'd have a good old chat. And she's the kind of neighbour where you go out to the bins and you wouldn't be like, oh, crap.
Oh, you go around her orangery for tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? I think she's nice and I'd try and help her. And also, we could get the eggs.
Yes, we do need eggs at the moment.
we're looking for a supply of eggs. If it means I've got to make friends with Yasmin, it's fine. Mary,
I'll be able to get them through Alia. It's all right.
True. I just think Mary is so wacky and funny, and I think she's in a world of her own. So if you were only friends with her because you thought she was funny, she wouldn't notice.
She'd be good to be friends with because then you'd be able to come home to me at the end of the day and say, you'll never guess what Mary said today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But does that make us a bit of a Vanessa / Imogen?
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit. But we're doing it out of love, aren't we? We're not being horrible to Mary. And I think I'd quite like her stories.
Mm.
And I also really like flowers as well. And I think that we could have fun, and we could talk about what I'm growing in my garden.
Yes.
She could tell me what's the best.
So you don't want to be friends with Tracy then for the flowers?
No, because she might kill me. Then I've put, weirdly enough, and anyone who's been listening to this podcast for a long time is going to find this odd. I put Leanne down.
That's okay. We've kind of come round on Leanne a little bit.
I've put Leanne and Toya down.
I think you get on with those. They're both, mellowed from their 1998 Battersby days
anymore, are they?
No.
I just think Leanne and Toya are just grounded and sensible, and I think even though they have got their fair share of drama...
That's just reminded me. I had a business for Leanne. I've got her being... Because she's obviously an expert on this, Tattoo'll Do Nicely has turned into a sexual health clinic / abortion place. Run by Leanne.
Michael.
Sorry, carry on.
I think she'd be better off running a branch of Anne Summers if we're talking about expertise, or a mattress shop.
Something that, where she can draw upon all of her past.
As
a woman of the night.
Woman of the night. What was I saying? You interrupted me.
It was Leanne, and you want to be friends with Leanne and Toya.
Well, yeah, they do get bolshy, but they haven't really had a lot of bad things happen. The only thing might crop up is that Toya's obviously a vegetarian.
I know, I was just thinking, if we're friends with Toya and we have to go around her house, it's like, oh, vegetable lasagna for 2. I love it.
I really do like we cook vegetarian food quite a lot. I have no objection to it. But I also really love entertaining and cooking people food.
Yes.
And I've got lots of my favourite recipes. She wouldn't be able to eat them.
That is very, very true. That's good to consider.
Because I have another friend who I love dearly, but she will only eat, and this is not really an exaggeration, chicken and chips.
She has many allergies, and she's also very fussy.
Yeah, she wouldn't like anything that I cooked. So I think, I find that a bit annoying.
Well, if we were friends with Toya and Imran, you could invite them both around our house here, and you can cook lots of nice veggie stuff for you and Toya, and then me and Imran could have the carnivorous option.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? You don't eat stuff, so if I was cooking, I'd have to cook something separate for me and Toya, and then you and Imran would have something different again, probably, because you're fussy and he eats meat.
Yeah. Any other characters on your list?
I've already just ruled some out.
Did you not have any consideration of classic Corrie characters? You're not going to pal up with Elsie Tanner or Ina Sharples and...
I couldn't go back. I thought that current year was good enough, and going back over 60 years to look for a friend seemed a bit sad.
Really desperate.
Yeah.
I'll have anybody.
Who's going to... No one. Anyone. Someone.
Fine. Well, there we go. I hope that's answered your question.
Although if
Robin.
I had to, I think Val. Valerie Barlow.
Yeah.
I actually really like her.
I've
think
grown
she's
to
one
like
of my
Valerie
favourites.
Barlow, I have to say.
I think she
after
might
a
be
shaky start.
Yeah, one of my favourites.
Okay, well,
She's just normal.
I hate to drop this on you, Gemma, but I don't think we've got long left with Valerie Barlow on our DVD box sets.
Spoilers.
Right.
When she die in 69?
No, she's not 69. She's in she makes it through to the 70s. Let's just say that.
Does she make it to colour?
You'll see.
Oh no! I can't remember. I
just want to know what colour her hair is before she dies.
Oh, I've even seen the death scene, haven't I?
Yeah. Right.
I remember it, but I can't remember if it's in black and white.
That is the
colour.
end of our list of questions.
Black and white.
Thank you to Christina and Robin for suggesting those excellent questions, and I hope that we've answered them to your satisfaction.
Yes.
As we said at the beginning, if anyone else wants to send in some questions for us to add to our question pile, then conversationstreet@gmail.com is the best place to get them to us. But there's many other options you can choose to contact us, such as Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and so on and so on and so on. Thank you everybody for listening, and we will be back next week with more Coronation Street stuff, and we're going to say no more than that.
Yeah.
Ta-ra for now.